Hi, everybody. It's Diana with Stamping with Die. Welcome to this week's Die's Shorts. And we are crossing our fingers that we don't have any issues. I keep getting that beeping on the phone when they have like a storm or something. So let's just cross our fingers. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. And I'm so glad that you are here. So Fridays are usually a quicker little video, and that's what today is. So I'm having so much fun with the Bewitching stamp set bundle that has the punch, and I went and did a few errands the other day, and I picked up. I'm a big Ray Dunn. I have Ray Dunn all over the house. You can probably see it different places behind me. And I got this cute mug that was totally like the Bewitching set, and then it gave me an idea. So that's what we're gonna do today because I get inspiration everywhere. So I hope you do too. So, oh, hi, Holly and Lori. So Lori is here. So Lori is so fun. So she like sent me a message earlier and she says, she asked me a question. I go, oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to show today. So it was like she was reading my mind. Hey, Joanne, and Rhonda's here. I know Rhonda. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times she's come by and did a porch pickup of something Ray Dunn that I have extra or I'm just getting rid of. So it is too much fun. All right, so let me turn the camera. I'll put my hand there just so you don't get seasick. And YouTube always, they put this tiny little snippet of your video and it always seems to be my hand in the way. And I'm like, I don't know how to change that. I would love to be able to like pick that little snippet that they show instead of my hand, but it is what it is. All right, so let me just get that adjusted. Okay, very, very good. So before we get started, I want to remind you, new month, new host code. This is the one that you're going to want to use if you're not a member of my stamp club because you have your own code. And this is a code I would love for you to use if you are placing an order of less than 150 before tax and shipping. If you are placing more than that, and that is easy to do, especially now with celebration going on, don't use my code. That way you get your own hostess benefits and get free stuff. Also, I have 2 class available for my August class in the mail kit, and it's the By My Side, and you get the solid faceted gems. So I still have 2 available. If you are interested in that, make sure you reach out. It's $60, includes a stamp set, the solid gems, supplies to make the 5 projects, priority postage, a PDF with the supply list, and then the private video link. And that's for the USA only. So make sure you holler at me so that you can get that. All right, so here is a cute little mug. So look how cute this is. I did share this on Facebook the other day, and I also got a pumpkin one. And isn't it so cute? And it just reminded me so much of the Bewitching stamp set. And I thought, you know what? I am going to make something that will go with this. And eek, I say eek all the time. So this, I just had to. This just jumped in my. All right, so let's see here. We are using today, so this is the Bewitching stamp set, and it's actually a bundle. So it has the punch that goes with it. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm also using the Kindest Gnomes Die. So we have this stamp set, and then it has a matching die. But I ended up just using the die. I didn't use the stamp set because these are a little bit smaller. I mean, you could, like, let's just get a hat right here. So you could put a hat on here and you would just have the little girl, with her bangs. But I just stuck with the die today, but it would work. So Lori was asking me about that. So just that kind of gives you an idea of, what they would look like with the witch hat on. All right. So let's see here. So we have that. So this is the die that I'm using. So this is the gnome die that goes with the kindest gnomes. I'm also using scary silhouettes and the hippo dies. So the hippo dies is actually one of the celebration items. You're going to want to grab that because celebration is ending this month, and I have a feeling the dies won't make it to the end. All right. So the other last week or whenever it was, I showed you how I like to stamp up the images that are solid black. All right. That's one I did earlier. All right, so let's see here. So I have my 2 plates, and just to speed it up, I have like 2 plates going. All right, so what you want to do is when you have something that's solid black, I put it on the Stamparatus. Let me just put my little magnet there. And I'm just going to have to wiggle this up and down so you can see. I just put the stamp set here. It just kind of keeps the plate, so it gives you good pressure. And then we are going to ink these up. And I have found that 3 times is good. All right. So ink these up. Stamp them. And this is just a dry erase eraser. It just gives me good. Marcy told me about that. My friend Marcy from Canada, she's an independent demonstrator in Canada. So if you don't have a demonstrator in Canada, make sure you holler at Marcy Denning. You can find her YouTube channel. If you scroll down to the bottom of my videos, I have featured her channel on here, so you can find her there. All right, so we're just going to keep doing this. So 1, 2. So see, it's getting darker. And 3 is usually good. So let me look here. Hi, Lanza and Tina, Sherry, Rhonda again. Holly, Lori. I probably will repeat your names. Joanne, because I'm just kind of going down the list. All right, so 3 is usually good. All right. So there's those 2. So see, look how nice and dark they are now. The boots are like really, really black. All right. Then I'm just going to slide this over a little bit. And I have these ones on here. And then it just kind of gives me an idea where I need to put these guys. And I could come over just a smidge. Yeah. So again, put your magnet. And then I would do the same thing over here. I would do these 3 times. Right, so I would do these 3 times as well. So there would be 1, and I would do 2, and I would do 3. All right, so let me put this off to the side. And then that gives me this here. So I did it ahead of time, so it's already dry. So look how beautifully dark that is. So the Stamparatus is your best friend. All right, so let's see here. So today, for the video, I'm going to use the boots. And, of course, we're going to use this hat because this is the hat that looks like my Ray Dunn mug. And then we'll punch this out. I was just like, oh my gosh, how cute. How cute is that? All right. So we have our little hat and all our extra pieces. All right. So let's get to coloring. Now this was the fun part. I did and wait till you see what. Now I haven't finished my what I'm going to do with them event like all together. So you're going to make sure that you come back next week when I show you what I have done with them like all the way. I'm just like showing you my fun little gnome Halloween guy today. All right, so let's see. We want to do our hat, and I'm going to pick the light basic black. You use an eraser too, but I have seen people use a table hockey handle. Oh, I don't have table hockey. All right, so this is the light basic black. And I'm just going to, I don't want to do the whole hat because I want to give it a little bit of shadowing. So I'm just taking the light basic black and I'm just going around here like that. And I'm going to do my edge and under the brim. I don't know if that's the brim, under the hat band and around the brim. Jeff and I were talking yesterday. I'm like, I need to take some sort of medicine because I swear I forget words so easy. All right. So now I'm going to take my dark smoky slate and finish coloring in my hat. And then I will go over this a couple times. And I'm also going to go up into the basic black. So it's going to soften that a little bit. But it's just going to give my hat a little bit more something other than if I just colored it all in the black. And then as that smoky slate dries, the colors just kind of merge and look really good together. All right. Dark smoky slate. So see how cute your hat. Now as it dries, the black just kind of like mingles with the smoky slate and all is good. All right. So then we can decide what we want for our hat brim or whatever. So I'm going to pick the light parakeet. So the hat band is going to be light parakeet. So let me know if you have any questions and I'll keep checking as I color. All right, so this is the light parakeet for our hat band. And then I'll take the dark and just do the edges around where it touches the hat. So I finished watching Mock and Key. Do you watch that? It was like a Netflix. And I told my sister, I said, I think my eyes are getting tired from all the rolling because I was just like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? I'm glad it's over. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this cobweb. I'm just going to use my light gray granite for my cobweb. So I'm going to color the whole thing in with light gray granite. And then I'll go back with the dark gray granite on the edges to kind of give it some definition. So that was a light gray granite. And then I'll take my dark. So I'm just going to take my dark gray granite and kind of go in these corners here just to have that. So there's just a little bit of a shadow on there. And then we can use the light to soften those. But that way it's just got a little bit of color to it. So let me hold that up. So you can see it's got a little bit of color to it. And I don't want to shade it too much. I mean, I don't want to blend it too much because I don't mind that there's kind of a vivid mark to it. So that's all I'm going to do. So there's our cute little hat. And then our stockings. Now our stockings, I'm going to make them have a little bit of something. So we want light fresh freesia. So this is light fresh freesia. I'm going to skip that one. And we're going to have our stockings be a couple different colors. All right. And then this is the light Highland Heather, and I've used those colors together before. It gives an obvious shadow line when you mix these two together. And I love that look. All right. Then I'm going to take my parakeet like we did on the hat band, but I want to extend my stockings a little bit. So I'm actually going to come up here with another little bit of parakeet just above here. That's going to lengthen my stockings just a tad. Then I'll take the dark and just put a little bit on the edge. That just gives you like a little lighter spot down the center. Then I want my light Cajun for our gold buckle. So we've got our light Cajun and our dark daffodil, which gives you your gold buckle. All right, so there's our cute little boots and stockings. So now we're going to cut these out real quick as I won't make too much of a racket. All right, so let's cut these out really quick. And I'm going to leave this up here so that I have something in order to, for my adhesive. So let's just kind of get some of this paper out of the way. All right. Okay, so let's trim this out. And this is live, so I'm not able to speed it up like I did last week because I'm back home. Oh, I'm so happy to be back home. It was so great to see, you know, our Jeff's folks and his siblings in Illinois, but it's always good to get back home. Always. And I think partially is because I like to work when I'm away. And that's one of the things about being your own boss and stuff, you know. No one else is in the office, you know, working. And Jeff's folks don't get the internet. Like they don't have Wi-Fi or anything like that. So I wasn't able to work, you know, from their home. So we would have to go over to Jeff's brother's. So it just wasn't super convenient. And then we went to visit, right? Like we went to see them. So I didn't want to be necessarily working, but at the same time there was things I had to do. So it's just always fun to be home. Okay, so I'm going to trim this. That's probably going to leave me enough up top, and then just trim our little boots. So, and I always wonder, I'm always like, when we go back home to visit, whether it's, or if we go home to Canada, where my family is, or Illinois, where Jeff's family is, I always wonder, what if we'd have stayed in either one of those places and never moved to Arizona? I always wonder where would we be? It's like one of those movies, right? Like, oh, you turn left instead of right, you know, where it would be. Like, I wonder, would I have found Stampin' Up? I mean, or what? Like, it's funny, right? I always tell Jeff, in our next life, we're going to stay in Illinois or stay in Canada. All right, so let's see here. So I'm cutting the boots out. I like to think I always would have found Stampin' Up because they're Stampin' Up demonstrators all over. All right, so here's our cute little boots. All right. I'm glad too, Teresa. I'm glad too because I love our home here. All right. Okay, so here's my cute little boots. All right, so we have our little hat. Now, the die that cuts out, or the die for the gnome gives you this cute little beard. So I did the beard. This beard is Highland Heather, and I have other stuff to show you. All right, and then you have a cute little nose. So let's do this one this way. All right. Now, when you put the nose, like if you're doing this like normally, this has a spot for the nose right there. And then you would put the hat. But I didn't like the look of that. So what I did was I took my glue dots. So I'm going to take my glue dot. And I'm just going to stick it here so I have the nose here. Turn it over. And my baby dimensionals. Oh, Rhonda, you got this. Oh, all right. So I put a dimensional here and then 2 here. I'm so bad about checking, like to see what you order. All right. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little hat and I'm going to bring it down further. So I'm going to bring this down further because I liked the look of the beard like this. He almost has that ZZ Top kind of looking to him, but I like that it was like this around the face because really we're like altering it, right? We're not making it like it's supposed to be. Like, did they think we were going to put this hat on it? I like to think I came up with it on my own. But that mug really helped. So you have that. All right, so now we're going to take and we can put this on with dimensionals or glue dots. It's totally up to you. It depends on if you want to give it a little, if you want it to stick out a little bit. So I'm going to just put a couple dimensionals. And that's why I made this little stocking go up a little higher because I still want to see the stockings. So I'm just kind of putting the head at a slant, a little bit of a slant. All right. So look how cute our little gnome is with his cute little boots. Now, you can also, I have these little bats. So these are the little bats that came from that scary die. I know I called it something wrong, but I showed you what it was. So we're going to put a cute little bat. So don't go anywhere because I have other ones to show you. Don't be like, okay, she's done, and then leave. Hi, Judy. All right, so we're going to put a cute little bat. I'm just going to put a little green tip glue right there. And we're going to drop our bat right on the hat. Now, I want this to dry really, really well before I mess with it. So let me show you this little one. So this one I did earlier. This one, I did a parakeet beard, and his stockings are colored a little bit different. I did the cobweb a little bit different. But once this is really, really dry, I will bring the wings of the bat up so that it's got some dimension to them. But I want it to dry really, really good, so I don't want to mess with that yet. So let me show you how much fun I was having. All right, so here is another one. Now, this is just basic white beard with this little guy. And I just had fun with some of the other hats. So here's this one. He also has a white beard with some pumpkin pie stockings and the little hat band. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you next week what I'm going to do with these guys. So here's one with the polka dots, also a purple beard. And I have these little guys. I just kind of like cut a bunch of bats out because I got I want to do something else with them. But look how cute. Now this guy, did you notice what I did with this one? Do you notice he looks a little bit different than this guy? And I simply turned the nose. So I turned the nose from being long, I turned it this way. So the nose went like this. And I think it gives him like almost like a Dumbledore kind of look to the nose when it's long like that. And I think this might be my favorite. So look at this one. So this one I did the same thing. I made the nose a little longer, and that allowed me to put the hippo glasses on him. And this one just makes me laugh so hard. But so these are what I have been playing with. So Lori, I hope that answers your question about how the hat would work. And now if you want to do it with a stamp set, I'm sure it would work. They would just be like a little shorter, right? But I just ended up, using that. So I have a whole bunch of more hats because I just am so excited to show you what I have, the finished thing next week. So you want to make sure that you come back. So I have a bunch more hats to do. But isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, they just make me laugh. They just give me such a chuckle. All right, so let me turn the phone so I can say, see you later, alligator. So yeah, so Lori, I thought it was so funny when you asked me that because I was like, are you reading my mind? Are you reading my mind? So anyway, they totally remind me of like ZZ Top kind of thing. But anyway, so they're super fun, and I just kind of had fun with like Halloween colors and things like that. But you could have them be any color you want, really. But all right. So any questions? Yes, definitely ZZ Top. You are so welcome, Lori. Thanks, Joanne. Lori, hopefully, I don't know if your sister watches. Then you always say, tell you. Oh yeah, I always say that. I always say, tell me what you want to see. And I would be like, oh, okay, boop, there it is. So anyways, so hopefully you can show your sister if she doesn't watch my channel, then you can say, yes, it totally works. Alrighty. Yes, Joanne, now you need to order those. So it's the it's Bewitching bundle and the gnome. And if you want the glasses, like I said, please don't miss out on that hippo and the hippo die and the hippo stamp set. Because that's where the little glasses came from. And then I'm sure, there's other dyes you can mix and mingle, but I don't think we have anything else with glasses. And they're so hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna it was like magic. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stop blabbering, and I will see you Monday for my Mimeograph Monday with a twist. It will be 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. And if there's ever anything you want me to show, like Lori asked today, and it might not be something I'm already working on, that just was like funny. But always make sure you ask. All right. Oh, okay, good. All right. So I'm gonna say see you later, and I have to get my mouse out. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend, and thank you so much for joining me this week. I so appreciate you spending your busy schedule with a little bit of time with me. I really appreciate it. All right. So have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. All right. Bye for now.